Arguably, the biggest underlying problem to seafood sustainability is the growing human population, which depends on fish for protein. With a projected 9.5 billion people by 2050, the fate of seafood requires innovative and urgent management actions to ensure a sustainable future. The global seafood market, like any market, is composed of a complex chain of interactions. From the fishers on the open seas, the fish processors and plants, to the wholesalers that ultimately deliver the fish to groceries across the planet. A fish caught in Alaska, for example, may be processed in China and then shipped to a wholesaler in the USA before being sold back to Canada. This maze of global seafood interactions means that the species and origins of any fish can easily be fraudulently depicted in the seafood market. This fraud leads to market misinformation. A problem with this market misinformation is that it prohibits people from making informed seafood choices that can aid sustainability. Fish from an overfished region that may be unwanted by many shoppers can be fraudulently depicted in the market as a fish from a sustainable region. This lack of information thus allows for the depletion of overfished stocks globally. Some countries are better than others in giving consumers information. In comparing countries, SeaChoice gave Canada a failing grade, while Oceania documented fraud in a remarkable 44% of Canadian seafood. This formidable problem made Dr. Bob Hanner and Tim Bartley ask how nature operates. There is a long-going scientific search for the fabric behind nature that allows ecosystems to sustain themselves, and scientists have found that nature's balance is enhanced by informed, generalist top predators feeding on prey in distinct spatial habitats. This aspect of nature balances ecosystems because the top predators act like an investor with a diverse investment portfolio. Investors diversify in stocks, called an investment portfolio, so that they get a good return from at least one stock at any time. Like the investor, the generalist predators feed on multiple prey from multiple habitats, and this ensures they always have a good food supply from a given habitat. This behavior also means that generalist predators cull high-density prey, prohibiting the prey from getting too high, while leaving low-density prey to rebound. This informed movement in space allows the waxing and waning of prey that facilitates an amazingly noisy balance, so to speak. Consistent with this idea of intelligent top predators, recent brain research has found that the top predators who do this balancing tend to have bigger brains capable of using complex information. Luckily, recent technological advances have the ability to clarify the misinformation of the current seafood market. Biotracers, biological tools that allow us to trace species identity and geographical origin, now exist such that we can take the tiniest amount of flesh from seafood sample and use it to determine its species and provenance. A wonderful example of this technology is DNA barcoding, which employs a region of DNA that distinguishes species. Even a tiny amount of fish can allow us to determine species identity. Importantly, the use of biotracers promises to enable the seafood industry to regain market information so that shoppers anywhere can make informed choices and, in the process, reinsert humans properly back into the food web as an informed, generalist predator capable of making choices that enhance sustainability. This has been an initiative of the Biodiversity Resilience Network.